Nepal, home of the Himalayas, Mount Everest, and arguably the world's greatest long-distance trek, the Annapurna Circuit. Over the next 3 weeks, we'll be hiking the entire route from its beginning in Besisahar all the way round the Annapurna Mountain Range before going over the Thorong La Pass and looping back round to Pokhara. This is the Annapurna Circuit, trekking the Himalayas.
So, touchdown in the Sonali Belahia border between India and Nepal, and straight off the bat the trip hasn't got off to the best start because I've just missed the last bus which is going to get in at any sort of sensible time, so I've got to hang around here and wait for a night bus. But luckily, getting cooked up some street noodles here, and we'll see where it goes from there. But it looks like it's going to be 5 AM arrival in Pokhara. Very good. I might not win any Michelin stars, but it certainly does the job. And if one of these flies lands, then it's just extra protein as well.
I dislike that good thing.
Arriving the next day in tranquil Pokhara, we had a few days to soak up the atmosphere along the town's famous Fewer Lake. As well as serving as a launch pad into the Annapurna range, the town offers everything that any would-be trekker might need, as well as being a hub for adventure sports, with it being particularly famous for paragliding.
Alrighty, shopping in Pokhara for many things. We need to get a lot of stuff before the trek into Annapurna. Touchdown in Dumre. Now 2.5 hours on to the first stop, Besisahar, but we have to wait till the bus is full. It's looking like this. There's going to be at least 40 more people. So we may have had a slight fail before we've even got to the first stage of the trek. Put the bags on the top of the bus on the way to Besisahar, and it started raining quite a lot. So yeah, we may arrive at the first stage of Annapurna Circuit with nothing dry. It's going well so far, right?
Very well.
Shit. Alright, so we've got to Besisahar, the start of Annapurna Circuit. And on this trip, joining us will be Rob.
Hello.
That's Rob. And Hannah. So these lucky two people have got the next 3 weeks, potentially, trekking up mountains with me. So lucky. Do you feel lucky? Alright, first morning of the trek. It starts here. Woke up in Besisahar, stayed here last night, just grabbed some food, grabbed a beer, and now we're ready to start. This is a nice little town. You can pick up sort of supplies here, get everything you sort of need, anything you might have forgotten. I think we're fairly prepared. I hope, fingers crossed. We're looking pretty good. So we'll see how the first day of the trail treats us.
After withdrawing enough cash to last our entire trip, seeing as ATMs are almost non-existent along the trail, we checked in with the TIMS office and were finally ready to begin our trek.
So breakfast has been eaten. We've gone to the TIMS office and registered with the relevant authorities, and I've even picked myself up a little something from Besisahar as well, because this wouldn't be a shoestring vagabond trek without a bottle of local whiskey. First bridge of the trek. It's a pretty big one. It doesn't feel like a particularly safe one either.
For the first day of the trek, we'll be following the Marsyangdi River through the sunny foothills of Lamjung District.
Namaste.
Though most trekkers skip this part, opting to take the new road and start further north instead, it's hard to see why anyone would want to miss this first part of the trek. The climate is warm, the scenery beautiful and the people friendly. With a couple of minor ascents along the way, it makes for a great introduction to the Annapurna Circuit.
So it's about 4:30 now, and we're going to try and reach Bahundanda in the next hour or so, hopefully, and that will be our first day of trekking done. So we've reached our first guest house of the trip, and it's not a bad one at all. We got the views and everything. Nepal ice.
Well. It's the 7% one.
Is it 7?
Yeah. So, not too bad.
We're gonna get fucked up.
Having completed our first day on the trail, we got to kick back and enjoy some of the local beer, as well as the first of many, many dal bats.
Alrighty, day 2 has started. Damage report. This shoulder a little bit, but apart from that, we're all good. No serious problems, no ache in the legs, No bad knees yet, but that will happen for sure at some point to me.
Feeling pretty achy in the shoulders, but not too bad. I'm walking, it's the main thing.
A concise damage report there from Robert.
So my damage report for the day, I've got the classic aches and pains, but they're alright, can deal with them. I do have a pretty huge blister on my little toe, but that's wrapped up now, feeling okay. And an impressive lump the size of a quail egg on my collarbone, which hopefully won't get too much worse, but there you go.
And is that from the strap rubbing or?
I can only imagine it is.
I mean, personally, I reckon it's like a beetle has laid eggs in her shoulder, but you know. Both, I mean, it's 50-50.
We'll find out.
Definitely beetle eggs. Nothing quite like a ridiculously steep ascent to start your day off with. Three English people hiking up a mountain. It's inevitable at some point we're going to stop for a tea break.
And apple juice with pulp.
And an apple juice.
Having suitably conformed to national stereotypes for a moment, we tried our hand at carrying the packs of some porters plying the way. Needless to say, it made us a lot more thankful for our comparatively lighter packs. It's important to mention here that the porters are usually younger Nepalis, often from poorer backgrounds who rely on the seasonal trade, and the workload is particularly tough. If you use porters, guides or Sherpas in Nepal, remember to pay them well. Anyway, on with the trail. Continuing along the Marsyangdi River, the paths became a little bit more precarious as we crossed over a section where a few trekkers have become unstuck over the years.
And you really don't want to fall down there. Just stopped for lunch and we've seen one thing on the menu which has got our interest: local beer. So obviously we have to try that. There's no way that we can see local beer on a menu. We have no idea what it is, but we'll see what comes out.
And it's 100 rupees.
And it's 100 rupees. Cheers.
Your thoughts, sir? Alcoholic.
Not what I was expecting, but nice, yeah.
Coconut. Could be coconut.
Slightly reminiscent of the coconut moonshine we had in Sri Lanka. And if you haven't seen that, watch it. just coming up to 5:45 now. We're finally just getting to our last point for the day, which is over somewhere all the way over here. The promised land known as Jagat.
Jagat.
I can't do it.
You have to, Rob.
You've got headers, that's good enough.
You have to give us a Jagat. One Jagat. You didn't say Jagat.
I know.
Rob, you're not going to Jagat.
Jagat.
Again?
Jagat.
Best Jagat.
We're going to Jagat. Day 3 on the Annapurna Circuit. Damage report today. Nothing too bad at all. Actually, I'm absolutely fine. No problems whatsoever. We got a nice room last night, and it was the first room that we got for free. So we got that. Obviously, 3 of us rocking up and saying, you know, we're going to eat dinner here tonight and breakfast and probably a couple of beers as well. So they gave us the free room. It's a little bit harder to do it if you're single or in a pair, but if you're 3, 4, 5 people, for sure, you can always get a free room on the Annapurna Circuit. Little secret there. So first thing today, about 20 minutes away from here, we're going to go and check out some hot springs. So that should be pretty fun. And after that, we've got quite a few steep climbs. We're not doing too many kilometres today. Hopefully we'll get to Tal and it'll be a nice sort of chilled out day. And we'll be ready to smash a lot of kilometres out the following day. So we're going to see how all this goes. But right now, it's just amazing to be walking in this. Insane. Annapurna's treating us well today already. We weren't sure if we found the hot springs or not. We started to get to the bottom of this hill here. Started noticing a really, really strong smell of like rotten eggs. This is pretty sure sign there's some sort of thermal spring. It smells horrible, but kind of means good.
Dotted along the Annapurna Circuit are a series of thermal hot springs. Considering the aching muscles and rarity of hot water showers along the trail, they're always a welcome sight. And in terms of location, are about as scenic a bath as you're ever likely to have.
Too hot. We were worried about it not being hot enough, but really didn't need to worry about that. This place is f***ing amazing. No two ways about it. Best part of this trek so far. We've got really, really hot springs, and trust me, they're really hot. All the aching muscles just like melting away. And then right here, a gigantic Himalayan river. And mountains. Mountains everywhere. Pretty ridiculous Wednesday so far. Best waterfall of the trip so far.
How are you?
Where are you going today?
China.
China.
It's been a bit of a slog today. Don't need to cover so many kilometres, just there's a lot of sort of craggy uphill bits. Just take quite a lot of time, but it has been today by far the most beautiful. Just amazing. Cliffs, valleys, waterfalls, everything. And we're stuck in this sort of quite hot valley at the moment. But we did see as we were going around one corner, just got a little glimpse out to the end of the valley for a few seconds. And looking like the proper Himalayas are starting there. You see some huge white peaks covered in snow. So that's keeping me going right now. Hopefully, by the time we get to Tal, we'll get a glimpse today, because that would be great to see that. And if not, we'll see him tomorrow for sure. But yeah, really nice days walking so far today. No complaints whatsoever.
Finally arriving in the small village of Tal, we rested up for the night, ready to continue the trail on towards Timang the next day.
Alright, day 4. It's 10 to 10. So even though we woke up at 7 o'clock this morning so we could leave early, we still fucked up. It was all Rob's fault. So, while perusing the menu in this latest eatery, we stumbled across some local wine, which we asked the proprietor. It's called Roshish, or something like that. And apart from that, we have no idea what it is, apart from the fact that it smells very alcoholic. Bottoms up.
So, Nepalese Red Bull. It smells the same.
Ding, ding.
But does it taste the same?
Yeah, nicer. A little bit thicker.
Don't mind if I do.
I'd say it's a lot nicer.
Much nicer.
Banging.
I do miss the fizz though.
Yeah,
That's banging.
it's banging.
I think we are all agreed this is the best dal bat so far this trip.
Definitely.
It is banging.
Certainly get you pissed though.
It's like racket. Oh, it's definitely going to get me drunk. A glass of that back on the trail, I'm going over the edge. So we've got a new member of the team now. We're now a foursome. Say hello to Dave. Introducing Natty Dog. Look at your dreads. finally reached Timang. That was a lot harder than we were expecting. But we're here now. And you can't really see it because it's surrounded in fog, but we got a glimpse as we were coming up earlier, a lot lower. All of this is all mountains. And you can get some idea over here, some of the fog has cleared. I'm not sure if you can see them. Straight up here, and they are massive. Massive, massive mountains, and we've got more over there, but again you can't see them. We're essentially surrounded on all sides by huge snow-covered mountains. So we'll see what it looks like in the morning.